Welcome to Sports Betting Top Picks and Plays. This is for the college basketball edition on Sunday, February the 23rd. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me today. We have a slate of games to go through for college basketball. We have our oddslogic.com. This is the latest up-to-date information for line moves, totals, over-unders, and the injury report. This is oddslogic.com. We're going to start with the 1 o'clock games. The 12 o'clock games are going to miss by the time that you get the video when it's sent out. The 12 o'clock games are already going to start. So we'll start with the 1 o'clock games. This is going to be Iona at home versus Merrimack. So this is basically, it's 12 o'clock, but it's 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. So you see it opened up Merrimack -1. Total 131, so they're favored down the road. Now, if you look, we are seeing it go to 1.5 and 1 to Iona. So Iona's favored. But other books have Merrimack favored. Some other books still have Merrimack, but the majority have Iona favored. So we'll take a look at this line now. This is a 1 o'clock start. We'll see what comes up. Okay, so nothing there. It's still early, but we're going to look at the history between these two teams. This is a 1 o'clock start. All right, so we'll look at the history. And we see... First time, this is the first meeting between these two teams. So Merrimack overall, they are 6-4 last 10 games, 3-6 against the spread, 2-8 to the under. Merrimack, they have lost 3 straight games, but they're 2-3 last 5 games. And for the total, the over/under, they are 1-4 to the under. Iona, 7-3 last 10, 7-3 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. Iona is 3-2 last 5 games, and they're the opposite. They're 3-2 to the over. Let's see. It's at 132. Let's look at this line again. Let me take a look at this line. Let's see. I'll lean towards the over 132.5. I'll lean towards the over in this game. That's Iona versus Merrimack. I don't have a total on the side. The side's a bit tricky. No play on the side at all. Just lean over 132.5. Next game's Purdue at Indiana. This one here open up -4, total 151. Right now it's come down to 3.5 basically across the board. So we look at the line history here. Let's see. Purdue's getting out the public money at 3.5. Total is 149. It opened up at 151. Public on the under. Let's look at this game a little bit more in greater detail. Purdue at Indiana. So definitely look at this game. Purdue, Indiana. I don't know if we passed it. Oh man, I went too fast. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. So they did play at the end of last month. They played. So they played like 3 weeks ago in Purdue. Purdue were 12-point favorites. Indiana covered, but Purdue won by 5, 81-76, and went over 144.5. Second meeting now. Purdue 6-4 last 10 games overall, 6-4 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Purdue's lost 3 straight games. They are 2-3 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. Indiana 2-8 last 10 games, 5-5 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Indiana's 1-4 last 5 games, 1-4 to the under. Let's look at this one. Okay, so this game here, I'm going to take Purdue and 3.5. I like Purdue here to win the game outright. I like him to cover here, end a 3-game losing streak. I think Purdue's too much for Indiana to handle. I think Purdue takes the game here. I like Purdue in 3.5. I don't have a play on the total. Both teams in opposite directions in terms of the total. I just like Purdue and the 3.5. I like that one. The next game for me I'm going to look at will be Florida Atlantic versus Memphis. This one here opened up -9, total 158.5. We're seeing this go all the way down to, see some 8s and a halves on the board. Total's at 160. So look into this game a bit further. Memphis getting out the money and the over as well. So we'll look into this game further. Let's see. This is Florida Atlantic. Head-to-head 2-2. They last played January the 2nd. That was last month. Florida Atlantic. Memphis 3.5-point favorites. Memphis won and covered 90-62, and it went under 164. The second meeting now at Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic last 10, 6-4. Last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Florida Atlantic is 4-1 last 5 games and are 3-2 to the over. Memphis 8-2 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Memphis 4-1 last 5 games and are 4-1 to the over. So both teams are playing to the over. So it's 159. 159.5. Let's look at this one here. It's 160. Just based on the form of both of these teams, I do like the. I know it's come down to 159. I know the line dropped a bit. It's actually up to 160 now. It's 160. So based off of this, in this case here, I'm gonna take the over 160 or 159.5. That's Memphis versus Florida Atlantic. Again, both teams are playing to the over style of basketball, so that's why I like Memphis and the points. I like the over in this game. I don't have a play on the side whatsoever. I just like the over. 159.5, 160 over Florida Atlantic, Memphis. The next game we're going to look at here, it's going to be Temple at UAB. So look at this one here. Temple is a 8.5 point. UAB is an 8.5 point favorite at home. Total 163. So it's come down. It's 162. We've seen 161.5, but it's mainly 162s that I'm seeing. So we'll look into this game a bit more. And it's gone to 9.5 for UAB. Definitely look into this one. UAB is getting the public money. This is trending to the under, but we'll see. We'll look into this game further. Temple UAB. This is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. Temple 3-7 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread. 10-0 to the over. They've gone over 10 straight times. UAB 8-2 last 10, 5-5 against the spread. 6-4 to the over. 4-1 last 5 games. UAB 4-1 to the over. Temple 3-7 last 10, 4-6 against the spread. 10-0 to the over. Temple's last 5 straight games, they're 0-5 and 5-0 to the over. Well, the only way to play this game, in my opinion, I like the over 162. I know it's come down, but I think it'll go back up and I like over 162. That's my play for this game. I don't have a play on the side. Let me look here. Let's look at this game closely for the side. Just hold on. See if I can find anything. Temple is at 2 o'clock. Let's see here. Let's see. Definitely like the over. Let me look at the first half for a minute. Let me see something. I would take him personally. Me personally, I would lean towards UAB. I would lean towards UAB in the points. I lean towards UAB, but it's not a strong play, but I would lean that way. I like the over more, over 161.5, 162. I like the over. That's my play for that. The next game I'm going to look at for college basketball, it's going to be Tulane at Wichita State. This one is -4.5 Wichita State total. -4.5 Wichita State at home. Total 142.5. It's gone to 145, still 4.5, but it's at 145 now. So Wichita is favored here. Wichita is getting the public money right now. And we have the over for public money so far. Let's see, just one moment. Seven and 3 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. This one here, 4-1 last 5 games, 3-2 to the over. Wichita 6-4 last 10 games, 5-4 and 1 against the spread, 2-8 to the under. Again, Wichita's lost. They've won 5 straight games, and are 1-4 to the under in this game. Let's see, one moment. Okay, so both teams have gone over 4 straight times head to head. So we'll look into this game further. 4.5, let's see. Let's see. So Wichita's on fire, but the thing is, they're winning, but they're winning. They've only been favored twice on the road and at home. They didn't cover at home, but the wins they've gotten have been as underdogs. Now they're a favorite. This is a big difference. This is a whole big difference here. Yeah, this is a big difference. I'm gonna look at, this is at 4.5, Let me look at this one again. Yeah, the only way I can look, I have 2 plays. So I like the over in this game. So over the total, it's 145. Yeah, 145. I like the over. 144.5, 145. And for the side, I'm going to look at Wichita in the first half. Wichita minus 2.5 first half. I like them here in the first half. So I'd play that. And I like the over more, over 144.5. That's the Wichita Tulane game. All right, so the next game I'm going to look at here, it'll be Seton Hall at Xavier at Seton Hall. This is the next game we're going to look at. Xavier at Seton Hall. 9 minus 9 Xavier opening number, total 137.5. So Xavier favored at Seton Hall. Right now, it's at 138. There's 137.5. We're seeing 138s. And it's still at, some books have 8.5. 8.5, 9. Let's see here. So let's look here. Again, we did see some 8.5s. Total is 138, I think that's what he said. Or 137. Xavier Seton Hall. So Xavier's getting all the money. They're favored. Let's look at this one here. Xavier Seton Hall. Take a look at this matchup. So look at the head-to-head here. So they played Christmas Eve, or sorry, New Year's Eve they played at Xavier. Xavier is a 9.5 point favorite. Xavier won 94-72. It was over 133. Okay, so Xavier now overall 7-3 last 10 games, 6-4 to the over. 6-4 against the spread, 7-3 to the over. So Xavier's won 3 straight games. They've covered 3 straight games, and they are 4-1 last 5 games. Xavier. Seton Hall 1-9 last 9 games, 3-7 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. 1-4 last 5 games, and are 3-2 to the over. And 1-4, so 4-1 to the over, and 3-2 to the over. So both teams playing to the over. First game went over. So everything correlates here. Seton Hall and Xavier. So the play I have for this game, let's look at this one here. Xavier, Seton Hall. So I like the over. Both teams are playing to the over. So I like the over in this situation. As for the side, I'm gonna say Xavier first half. Xavier 4.5 first half. I'm gonna take Xavier to cover here. I would say Xavier first half, full game Seton Hall. Seton Hall full game. I think my thing is I don't trust Xavier full game because this is kind of a sandwich spot for Xavier. Xavier has Creighton next. They lost to Creighton last month too. Early this year, last month they lost to Creighton. So this is a look ahead spot. They've beaten Seton Hall already. So I would go as far as Xavier first half. And Seton Hall full game at +8.5, and I like the over 137.5. So those are the 3 plays I like for that game. All right, so the next game I'm going to look at here will be Ohio State at UCLA. So this one here, 6.5 UCLA, total 141. It's gone all the way, it's still 6.5, but it's at 139. It's come down to 139. We're gonna look into this one now. All UCLA money. So UCLA is getting all the public money. And the under is getting public money. We're getting the under. So it's a resistance between the under and the over, a bit of a resistance. But I do have a play on this one. We'll look into this further. Let's see. So between these two teams, they haven't played this year. First time they're playing this year. Ohio State last 10 games, 5-5 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Ohio State's last 2 straight games. They're 2-3 last 5 games, and 3-2 to the over. UCLA's 8-2 last 10, 6-3 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. UCLA, they are 3-2 last 5 games and are 1-4 to the under last 5 games. So 1-4 to the under, 3-2 to the over. Okay, so my take is I like UCLA. UCLA is they're in a better position than Ohio State. Ohio State's basically on a losing streak. They've lost 2 straight games, and yeah, they've lost 2 straight. I don't want to take a team on a losing streak. I'd rather take a team that's put together, their front line and backcourt put together. That's why the line is where it's at 6.5 and about to go to 7. So I do like UCLA and the 6.5. I think they get the job done. In terms of the side, I'm not sure about the side. I mean, in terms of the total, excuse me, in terms of the total, I pass on the total. I'm not sure about that. I just like UCLA at minus 6.5. I like that one a lot. Next game we're going to look at here is going to be Arizona State at Kansas State. This one here is minus 6. Total 143.5. We see it still minus 6.5. We're seeing a 7 now. And the total is 146. That's where we're at, 146.5. So this one here, Arizona State favored. Let's see. And the total is total is 146. So look at the both of these teams. Arizona State, let's see. So they have played this year. They played at Arizona State. Arizona State was a 3-point favorite. Kansas State covered and won 71-70. It went over the total, 140.5. Since then, Arizona State 2-8 last 10 games. They've lost 5 straight games, but they have 5 straight overs, 5-0 to the over. Kansas State 6-4 last 10, 8-2 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Kansas State's last 2 straight games, 3-2 last 5 games, 2-3 to the under. So both teams are, one team's playing to the over, the other team's playing to the under. 6.5. I'm going to take Kansas State here to cover the 6.5. I like them here. This is a very good bounce back spot for them. I think they bounce back and cover the 6.5. I would lay the points with Kansas State. As far as a total, no total for this game. None whatsoever. I just like Kansas State 6.5. It's gone up to 7 now. I like that. Next game we're looking at here, and this will be the last game that we're going to be doing. USC at Rutgers. Total 2.5. I'm sorry, the total is 153.5. Rutgers minus 2. We're now seeing it go all the way up to 3. Let's see here. 2 and then 3.5. Yeah, it's gone to 3.5. Total 153. Look at that one. So we'll see. Gone to 2, 3, 4, 3.5. So USC getting the money now. It's 153. Okay. Okay, so look into this game further. So both teams, this is the first meeting between these two teams. USC 4-6 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 8-2 to the over. USC's lost 2 straight games. They're 1-4 last 5 games, and are 4-1 to the over. That's USC. Rutgers 4-6 last 10 games, 6-4 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. 2-3 last 5 games, and 2-3 to the under. Let's see here. 4-1 last 5 games, USC. Rutgers is 2-3 to the under. So Rutgers is 3.5. Let's see here. Oh. USC's lost 2 straight games, and they haven't looked too good. 4-1 last 5. Rutgers, that's to the over, to the under. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a tough one. Oh, boy. Man. Let me look at the total again. This is a tricky one. I would take the over in this game. It's trending to the over. I take the over in this one. I take over the 153. I would bet the over. Yeah, USC Rutgers, I would bet the over in this game. Definitely gotta look at the over. USC, basically, I noticed here on the road trip, they're basically 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, they're 3-1 to the over. Basically, for the last month, they've been 3-1 to the over in terms of the total. 3-1 to the over. So yeah, I'm gonna like the in this game. I like the over. Over 153, I believe. Let me just double check one more time. Yeah, 153 the over. 152.5, 153. I like the over in that game. That's my play for that one. For the college basketball edition, those are all the plays for Sunday that I like. My name is Abby. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, whether you fade or follow these picks, it's up to you. I just look at the games, see what I see, choose what I choose and what I like. That's how I go about it. Again, I still hope you cash your tickets and hit some of those winners. Hit the like and subscribe button to get more of these picks and plays every day throughout the basketball season. Through March Madness, we're going to give you picks and totals, over-unders. Again, good luck today in your basketball picks. Again, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Peace. Take care.